Managing IP addresses in a dynamic cloud environment can be a challenge. Instances come and go, and with each change, your services risk downtime or complicated network updates. Reserved IPs provide a solution by decoupling IP addresses from individual instances, creating a stable foundation for reliable and flexible infrastructure. Hello everyone, I'm Sanskriti Harmok, a developer relations at Vultr, and in today's Tech Talk, we will introduce you to Vultr Reserved IPs, explain you what they are, why they matter, and where they fit in modern cloud architectures. We'll wrap up the session with a live demo showing how easy it is to attach a reserved IP to one of your deployed instances. So, without any further ado, let's jump right in. Reserved IPs are static IP addresses you can reserve independently of any specific instance. Once assigned to a region, these IPs persist even if the underlying instance is destroyed. You can reassign a reserved IP to an instance in the same region, making it perfect for upgrades, rollbacks, and failovers, all without breaking DNS, firewall rules, or service dependencies. Managing IP addresses in cloud can be challenging without reserved IPs. Imagine you're running an application on a Vultr Cloud Compute instance. Without reserved IPs, every time you delete or replace that underlying instance, the public IP changes completely. This means your users or clients suddenly lose connection and you scramble to update the DNS records or reconfigure client settings to point to the new IP address. This manual process is slow and error prone, often leading to downtimes during maintenance or upgrades. Additionally, any firewall rules or external API allow list tied to the old IP address now becomes invalid, disrupting secure access. With reserved IPs, the story is different. The IP address stays constant regardless of what happens to the underlying instance. You can delete, replace, or upgrade your server without changing the IP. This eliminates the need to update DNS records or client configurations, enabling seamless zero downtime instance swaps. It also ensures that firewall rules and API whitelists remain intact, providing flexible and secure access throughout your deployment lifecycle. Reserved IPs make managing your cloud setup a lot easier and more flexible. For example, in blue-green deployments, you can quickly switch traffic between two isolated environments just by moving reserved IPs, which are often referred to as floating IPs at this point, that help you update your app without any downtime. When used for load balancing, reserved IPs act as fixed addresses that send users to different servers behind the scenes, helping your app handle traffic more smoothly. They are also essential for maintaining consistent egress IP addresses, which is important when your application needs to whitelist outgoing IPs for secure access to external APIs or services. And when combined with advanced routing technologies like BGP Anycast, reserved IPs let you route traffic globally and efficiently, improving performance and resilience for distributed applications. Now that we have covered the fundamentals of reserved IP, let's see them in action. In this demo, we will walk you through provisioning a reserved IP on Vultr, attaching it to a running instance, and converting existing instance's public IP to a reserved IP, all to show you how easy it is to manage IPs without downtime or complex changes. This demo is a foundational walkthrough to help you gain a basic understanding of using reserved IPs on Vultr. This will serve as a prerequisite for future tech talks where we will explore more advanced networking topics and use cases built on top of this concept. To begin, we'll provision a new instance. For that, open the Vultr customer portal and navigate to the compute section on Vultr and click on Deploy Server. Here, select the compute type based on your preference. We'll use shared CPU for this demo. Choose a region and be sure to use the same region throughout the process for compatibility. We'll go with Amsterdam. Pick the compute size based on your resource requirement. Further, select the operating system. Optionally, apply an SSH key for remote access, assign a firewall group, or include a startup script if needed. Provide a descriptive label. You can also choose from the pool of additional features if required for your instance. Once configured, click on Deploy, and this action will launch a fresh Vultr Cloud Compute instance on your account. Now that the instance is up and running, you can see that Vultr has assigned a static public IP address to this instance. To demonstrate high availability, we'll provision a reserved IP. For that, head to Network section on Vultr and spot reserved IPs. Click on Add Reserved IP. Here, select the region same as the instance we just deployed. We'll go with Amsterdam. Choose the IP type. We'll choose IPv4 and provide an appropriate name to your reserved IP. For now, skip the conversion of existing instances public IP address. We'll cover that shortly in our next segment. Once configured, click on Add. Now that our reserved IP is active, we can attach it to an existing instance. Under Attach to Server, you will find a list of instances deployed in the same region as that of reserved IP. Select the target instance and click on Attach. This will assign the reserved IP to the selected instance. Now you can use this IP in your DNS records to point users to app and services hosted on this instance. Head back to the compute section and click on the target instance. Here, restart the server so the network changes are applied and the traffic is correctly routed through the reserved IP. Now suppose that the instance becomes unresponsive due to misconfigurations or system failures. With reserved IP, you can quickly recover by provisioning a new instance in the same region, deploying applications on it, navigating to the network section and then to reserved IPs, clicking on the target reserved IPs and detaching the reserved IP from the current instance, and further attaching the reserved IP to the new instance. This will help you restore your apps and services without updating DNS or changing IP on client configurations. Now let's walk through the process of converting an existing instance's public IP address to a reserved IP. For that, we'll provision a new reserved IP. So go ahead and click on Add Reserved IP here and select the same region as that of the instance. Choose the type and provide a descriptive label to your reserved IP. Under Convert Existing IP to Reserved section, you'll find a list of public IP addresses assigned to the instances deployed in the same region as that of the reserved IP. Go ahead and select the IP address of the target instance and click on Convert. The activation indicates that Vultr has successfully converted the static public IP address of the selected instance to the reserved IP. This action will retain the existing IP address, will automatically attach the reserved IP to the selected instance, and will preserve the firewall or access rules that are configured for the existing IP. But keep in mind that when you convert an existing instance's public IP address to a reserved IP, those two are tightly coupled, which means that the IP cannot be detached from the instance while it is still running. And if the instance becomes unusable, the reserved IP is stuck with it unless the instance is permanently deleted. So, for higher availability scenarios, we recommend creating a standalone reserved IPs that can be freely moved between healthy instances. And this was the straightforward demonstration to help you get started with reserved IPs on Vultr using Vultr Customer Portal. The same operations, that is provisioning, attaching, and converting existing IPs, are also available through Vultr API and Vultr CLI commands. For detailed instructions, refer to the product documentation of reserved IPs linked in the description below. To summarize, Vultr Reserved IPs bring flexibility, stability, and speed to your deployment workflows. They're quick to configure, production ready, and an essential tool for teams prioritizing uptime and clean infrastructure automation. If you are ready to use, claim $250 in free credits using the custom promo link attached in the description below and start building with Vultr today. Thank you so much for joining this Tech Talk. We hope to see you in the next one.